I can activate my mic on.
Hello? Oh. Hey, there we go. Now you can hear me. This event is so good. Welcome in, everyone, back to the penultimate run of Potterthon 11. This is the run that you all donated towards. This is the HP1 PC Open World Mod Showcase, the progress update, as we say, provided to us by the wonderful Boostingmantis. But what the hell does that mean? Well, I'll let him explain. Mantis, over to you.
Oh, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to have me introducing you on the HP1 Open World client. Well, it's not exactly an introduction because most of you already know that I've been working on this for a few months, but almost no one has seen any sneak peeks or footages. So since we hit the incentives, I will show you the hub areas and summarize the differences in the code and what's already done and what will be implemented in the future. So let me start with the lower castle or entry hall in HP2 because I needed to break the castle into two parts because it would be too big for one map, and also the layout wouldn't uh, let it be because the the internal layouts of the tutorial and the prelumos areas are completely different, and they would hit the rooms would hit each other. So this is the lower castle, and this whole level is based off the tutorial area. So the small room where you start the journey is now the area for the Great Hall, and it's built to be somewhat natural. I was trying to do my best, and that's the HP1 version of the Great Hall with everything. I don't know how to call this ceiling, but yeah, you get that. I'm kind of proud of this room actually because that was the only room I built 100% on my own because I couldn't just copy paste it from HP2, and it's kind of good. On the opposite side, we have the whole dungeon area. It's basically just the end part of Dungeons B, and it's not finished yet because the students and Snape is missing. But as I mentioned earlier, it's just very WIP. So yeah, some things might change and everything else will be improved. The two different secrets from this side are integrated into one map. This second floor secret is on the regular place, while the other one from pre-dungeons, I guess, is moved to the other side, and in that case I could place both of them into the same level. It's actually work in progress because nothing's down there. So on this side, where you enter the tutorial area, there is another room where you can enter both of Quiro's challenges, Flipendo and Lumos. And I use this place to put them because story-wise that makes the most sense, since you enter in the corridors here after Lumos, and you should enter from here after Flipendo, but you can see that because you're being transitioned to the broomstick practice. The other side is currently in progress, that's not done yet, and this doorway to the upper castle is actually will be the doorway to the upper castle. The tutorial area is the same, and also the third floor is also the same, because from here you can only go to the Flipendo challenge. Speaking of which, I need to mention that the spell learning functionalities are actually implemented, and you need to learn the spells in order to be used. So for instance, if you start a new game and just open Lumos, for example, with the debug menu, you won't be able to do anything without entering the spell learning commands or actually playing through the whole game. Okay, and that was the lower castle. Let me open quickly the upper castle. Yes. So, the upper castle is basically when you enter second floor, this whole octagonal area where you fight thieves, and obviously it has the Fred and George secret. You can enter the 5th floor from here, which is the Wingardium Leviosa challenge and the Wingardium Leviosa corridor, and it's actually called 5th floor in the game files for some reason. It has the secret integrated, and I think I shouldn't need to mention that it's based on the Prilomos area, because that's the only level where the upper castle is actually built properly. It has the regular secret, currently the same library, but I might place the entrance to the library from here because it's already a reading room slash potions library or something like that thingy. But the main difference in this level currently is the 3rd floor, because from here you can actually enter another corridor into the Gryffindor common room, and it's actually implemented. This is the only part when I used some ideas from the restored version, because Galen implemented a bedroom like that, and it has some rooms for later improvements to the direction of the Gryffindor challenge. And yeah, this level is on an earlier stage, I think. Yeah, this will be implemented in the future with the possibility to enter the tutorial area from here through a portal, and maybe integrating the fluffy corridor without the boss fight. I need to check the map sizes and how the engine can handle this. Another not big of a change, but maybe it's fun to mention. I need to find the level first. this one. I've also started working on the grounds area as well, and in that way I will remove the front 2 and front 3, because this will become the only one hub area. Currently the only change in this level is that I've re-added the trigger, I mean not re-added, but moved the trigger to here to be able to open this small little secret which is forgotten by the devs, and it actually has one bean. It actually exists in the original game as well, but you can't open the door because this trigger is moved behind the wall, so it's just a nice little detail. Other than that, program wise, as I mentioned earlier, I've already implemented the spell learning functionalities, and in the later I will fix the camera and the weird sliding because they still exist. And another not so obvious but really necessary feature was fixing the audio. I think, yeah, it was obvious during Flows and Nixel's playthrough that the audio can be messed up after some time. But yeah, I wanted to mention something else, but I forgot about it. So I think that should be it.
Yeah, it's really cool to see these levels combined into one. Because for those that don't know, in the original game, a lot of these levels are just broken up into separate sections and they don't exist as one coherent level. So it's really cool to see them starting to come together. And what I think I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. What sort of do you see this being used for when it's complete?
It will be useful for casual playthroughs, but most importantly for the bingo client. And in that case, HP1 will have a bingo client as well, with some very interesting goals.
So when are we getting an HP3 bingo and Sony client? Because we have an HP1 one, we have an HP2 one. HP3 deserves some love. There is a tournament coming up.
I mean, I think once we will have a usable editor for HP3.
Fair, very fair. But yeah, I don't know if anyone in the chat has any questions. So a different kind of run than what we've obviously done across the weekend. But I think it's really cool to see all the stuff. Oh, thank you for the poke fly. I'm very sorry. We had a $100 donation from Ro himself saying, "Well, look who it is. Let's help them." Did say, thank you, Ro, for the $100 donation. That brings us up to $500, which does mean we have met the goal, which is super awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. On behalf of the entire organization team, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it, and the money that people have given will go to help people and make people's lives better. So thank you, everybody. We'll talk more about that in the outro, but a big thank you to Ro for the $100 there, bringing us up to that $500. I have quickly popped the goal up to $750. I don't see us reaching it just because it's $250 in like 20 minutes, but it just felt like the next thing to pop up to. That does mean we've matched Potterthon 8 though. In fact, I'm just going to pull up my spreadsheet just to check which ones we have here. We've matched Potterthon 8. We've also now matched Potterthon 5. The next Potterthon is Potterthon 6, which is $1,735. Now, unless someone's feeling incredibly generous, I don't think we're going to hit that. But it's still really awesome, and I really appreciate everyone. I just saw a question from Volky, which I think Mantis has answered in the chat. So is this open world will we be able to enter Hagrid's hut? And Mantis has said possibly. So watch this space, I'd say. Does anyone have any other questions? Broadcast and high jump 1, 2. Fair. Fair enough. Also, you have glitchless as well for HP1, but not HP3, so that's kind of a fair point. But yeah, I think then, unless anyone else has any further questions, we will look to move on to the final one, which I know Flo is really looking forward to doing. He's so looking forward to it. It's going to be HP2 Chungus percent, which is going to be he's going to have to be praising Chungus throughout. He's going to have to listen to Chungus Good Run for the entirety of the run. And he's going to have to obstruct his hands, preferably using cooking gloves, but we'll see what we can find. So, yeah, and maybe because you guys have been so generous, maybe we might be able to talk Flo into doing something else as well. We'll see. Um, but yeah, Chungus Good Run coming up after this transition.